Good evening, Dr. TPS. Thank you for joining us for this interview for our college magazine.
Namaste. You are from which department?
I am from robotics and automation.
I am also from
Final year.
robotics.
Robotics final year.
Mechanical.
And what's your name?
My name is Steffi Suriak. Steffi Suriak.
Steffi Sariak.
My name is Joel G. Matthew.
Joel G. Matthew.
Jedediah Israel Fair. Jedediah Israel Fair.
So you are in mechanical third year, fourth year.
Fourth.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for hosting.
Welcome, Dr. TPS.
Right.
Okay, shall we start?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, sir. So the first question is, sir, you had a remarkable career as a space scientist, director UGC Academic State Staff Council.
Staff college.
Staff College. Okay, deputy director as PM office.
PM's office.
And more. Among these diverse roles, which one did you find the most fulfilling and why?
Actually, all of them are good at that point of time. I'm sure if I was not into space department as a scientist, I will not learn many things. Okay, so that was an opportunity to learn signal processing, image processing, and involved in many of the Indian critical projects like Kargil War, LTT, Sri Lankan maps, Veerappan, map. All that will not be there, right? So every project comes, we feel that's something great. But there could be any time where you don't have any project. We just do research. We don't know whether it will be acceptable to people. We make some software which is for some very specific application nobody uses. We feel bad. Then what I did is, I wanted to get motivated myself. So I started teaching this to the our users. Users are military, army, air force, navy people. So that is how I could involve. So I kept doing something which is beyond that what government can give. And PM's office was a very small stint, it's not too large. Director of Academy Staff College, I am always with the academy. And going back to your own university, the teacher who taught me in your +1, +2 is equal to pre-degree those days. Who taught me pre-degree was my student. I was a director academic staff college. So teachers to get promotion, they should come and attend my class. Good, no? Nice to have some of your teachers who taught you become your student and you teach something. These are all great opportunities to do. But mostly I enjoyed teaching and being with the students. Like otherwise I won't meet you, right? That's always entering. And every day different parts of the world. I've traveled all through. Maybe last 6 months I was to travel to Gujarat and maybe Punjab, Rajasthan. Keep on traveling with this, no? So this with the students and for students. So that makes little sense. And sometimes you will see students, they don't even see. I went to one of the +1, +2 schools in Jharkhand. I was talking about cinema theatre. We know what is cinema theatre because we have seen. You imagine somebody who has not seen a cinema theatre, when you talk about cinema theatre, they will be wondering what is it. So there are students, in 120 students, none of them has seen a cinema theatre in life. So different experience at different places.
ഇപ്പോഴും ജാർഖണ്ഡിൽ ആനപ്പുറത്തൊക്കെ തന്നെയാണ് ട്രാവൽ.
It's huge road, very big, best highway. But Jharkhand, I had a very difficult situation because the day I wanted to travel from Deoghar, that's an airport where I went. Now that's a new airport, only 1 year old. So from there I had to go another 3 hours journey. There was a band. So the 3 hours become 7 hours. We were going through the small villages. Oh, horrible. The life is so horrible there. Then while returning back also there was a band. So instead of starting at 11 o'clock, I started at 4 o'clock. So these are all sometimes difficult. But then you see different world, like villages and all. Otherwise you would have been traveling in highway. So I use opportunities to learn a little bit here and there. That's what I do.
Excuse me, sir. Photo എടുക്കാൻ വന്നതാണ്.
Oh yes. Yes, you are here.
കുറച്ച് interact ചെയ്യുന്നത് പിന്നെ നിന്നിട്ടും സമയം.
Sir, Doctor.
സാറ് പറഞ്ഞില്ല ഏതായിരുന്നു ഇഷ്ടപ്പെട്ടതെന്ന് എല്ലാം
എല്ലാം ഇഷ്ടം.
എല്ലാം ഇഷ്ടം.
See, I enjoy. See, when I travel, I enjoy. If there is a traffic jam, I enjoy. Right? There is nothing which is not happy for me in my life. I enjoy difficult situations. I enjoy happy situations. Maybe 5-star hotel also I enjoy. I also enjoy Dhaba.
എന്നാലിപ്പം ഒരു ജോബിൽ നിന്ന് വേറെ ജോബിലോട്ട് പോകുമ്പോൾ മിസ് ചെയ്ത്
There are a lot of things. See, when you are in PM's office, you have got a Maruti Jeep, you have got a driver, you have got a pilot, a person who supply you everything what you want, right? അതല്ലാത്ത സിറ്റുവേഷൻ ഉണ്ടാവും. We are ready to adjust when possible.
എല്ലാം ഇഷ്ടപ്പെട്ടു.
Yeah. When we go to, maybe when I go for some places, most of these days when I travel different places, I must have stayed in the best 5-star hotels only. I must to Taj. You cannot imagine Oberoi. You tell me any hotel which I have stayed, right? So it's a different experience. But next day you go to a temple and the whole dirty things will be around, right? We go there. What we expect is, we know this is worthy. There is a great Kannada poetry. When you decide to construct a house in a forest, don't worry about the bees and flies. When you decide to construct a house in a city, don't worry about sound. It's me who decided I want this, right? So I should enjoy it.
Next question. DrTPS, during a past interview, you have mentioned about dropping in 8th standard.
Actually, it's not dropping. I was thrown out of high school. See, there was a very meritorious students only admitted.
Okay.
Maybe the whole Kannur district, many people wrote entrance exam. Maybe 20,000 people would have wrote. 27 students only picked up. The teachers are also, after headmaster, they will become DEO, AEO and all that. Okay, they're all teachers who became very senior. They governed the other government schools. They were taken back in the school to teach us. Very meritorious. That was an experiment by government which is called Tagore Vidyaniketa. I got admission there. So every bright student there, right? My cousin was also there. He used to get 5th rank. I used to get 27th rank. So only 27 students, last rank always. And they have a guarantee that they all should get first class. 60% was first class. There is no A plus and all those days. 60% first class. They continued getting first class throughout. If I would have been there, school would have been written there, no? Number of students wrote 10th class 27, first class 26. Now the board is different. Number of people wrote 10th class 26, first class 26, because one was thrown out, that's it. But it doesn't matter. Same school I went for giving awards to all the A plus students after a few years.
How has this experience positively influenced your education perspective?
That is why I keep saying teachers don't evaluate them when they were 8th grade, they are good or bad.
Yes.
If somebody is bad, that means teachers are bad. If I am continuously sick, that means my doctors are bad, right? If I am not performing well in my class, that means my teacher is bad. Very simple.
Additionally, can you share how you discovered your passion and learning potential during your degree studies and any advice for students facing academic
See,
difficulties?
what I did was, after every class, you have teachers coming and then teaching something on the board, they go and the next teacher comes. In between there is a small gap. I used to go back to the board, rub everything and I teach what the earlier teachers taught. Gist of the class I will explain. Let that be language, let that be physics, maths, statistics and language. So all these I used to do it. So how should I sit in the class? If I have to explain, I have to be very attentive, right?
Yes.
Today you were there. I have written down the whole thing from morning onwards, like a student. Wrote down whatever they were told. So at the end, I was able to sum up, this is what happened. No? It was always like that. I'm always a student. So I keep saying, always you should keep writing. If you don't write, you don't remember. Then you can create a question paper. How do you perform 100% in your exam? If I can predict all the 100 questions which will come in my 100% prediction, I will get 100%, right? So who is a good student? Who is not, who studies whole thing? Who can predict what will come in examination? Very simple. Look at all the question paper, study everything, prepare that. It was very easy. So I used this technique to make many of my students the best. Just now one parents came, that's why I was slightly late. I came out from the hall. I don't know whether you've seen somebody from Kottayam came. She was in 7th or 8th grade, Reshma. Her mother came and then she said, ഒന്നിനും കൊള്ളില്ല സാറേ, ഒന്നിനും കൊള്ളില്ല ഇതിനെ. അങ്ങനെ പറഞ്ഞു. കാണാനും അങ്ങനെയാണ്, ഒന്നിനും കൊള്ളില്ല, കാണാനും കൊള്ളില്ല. ഞാനൊന്ന് എനിക്കതാ, ഞാൻ ശരിയാക്കാം. ഇന്ന് ഞാനിവിടെ ഉണ്ടെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ കൊല്ലത്ത് നിന്ന് വിളിച്ചിട്ട് വന്നു എന്നെ കാണാൻ. ഞാൻ എപ്പോഴും ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു എന്ന കാര്യം പറയാം. അടുത്ത MBBS പഠിക്കാൻ. അണ്ടർസ്റ്റുഡ്. ഐ ആസ്ക്ഡ് വൺ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ. ഈ അമ്മ ഈ കുട്ടിക്ക് എത്ര മാർക്ക് കൊടുക്കുമെന്ന് ചോദിച്ചു. ആസ് എ ഡോക്ടർ. കൊള്ളത്തില്ല സാറേ, 10 മാർക്ക് കൊടുക്കാം മാക്സിമം, 100. ഇന്ന് ആ അമ്മയോട് ചോദിച്ചു, ഇപ്പം ഞാൻ ചോദിച്ചു 200 മാർക്സ് കൊടുക്കും, 100. ഷീസ് വൺ ഓഫ് ദ ബെസ്റ്റ്. സോ ഐ ചേഞ്ച് പീപ്പിൾ ഫ്രം ദാറ്റ് ലെവൽ ടു ദിസ് ലെവൽ. എന്ത് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട് നല്ല പോലെ പഠിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. അവന് പഠിപ്പിച്ച കുറേ കുട്ടികളുണ്ട്. സോ ഐ കുഡ് ഹെൽപ്പ് മെനി ഓഫ് ദം. ഇപ്പം ഞാൻ ദോഹയിൽ പോയ സമയത്ത് ഒരു പ്രാവശ്യം അവിടെയൊക്കെ they do a computer survey and say you are good in maths, you are good in economics, you are good in, because അങ്ങനെയാണ് അവർ ഡിവൈഡ് ചെയ്ത് സീറ്റ് കൊടുക്കുക സ്കൂളിൽ. അവർക്ക് 60 സീറ്റേ ഉള്ളെങ്കിൽ എല്ലാവരും മാത്സിന് അപ്ലൈ ചെയ്യണം. സോ ആദ്യം തന്നെ കമ്പ്യൂട്ടർ തീരുമാനിക്കുക, അവർക്ക് കൊമേഴ്സേ പഠിക്കുള്ളൂ. അപ്പോൾ അങ്ങോട്ട് അപ്ലൈ ചെയ്യില്ലല്ലോ, റഷ് കുറയും. അതിനാണ് ഈ പരിപാടി. അങ്ങനെ ഒരാൾ ഒന്നിനും നല്ല ഒന്നല്ല, എല്ലാവരും ഒരേപോലെ. അങ്ങനെയുള്ളൊരു കുട്ടി അവിടുന്ന് ഞാനുള്ള സമയത്ത് കാര്യമുണ്ടോ, എനിക്ക് ഡോക്ടർ ആവണമെന്ന് ആഗ്രഹം, നോബഡി ഈസ് ഗിവിങ് മീ എ ബയോളജി സെറ്റ്. ഐ സെറ്റ് കം. അരവിന്ദ വിദ്യാമന്ദിർ പാലക്കാടത്താണ്. ഞാൻ അവിടെ പഠിപ്പിക്കാറുണ്ട്. എന്നാൽ US കം അവിടെ ഇപ്പോൾ ഡോക്ടർ. കൊമേഴ്സേ പറ്റുള്ളൂ എന്ന് കമ്പ്യൂട്ടർ പ്രോഗ്രാം നോക്കി പറഞ്ഞതാണ്. ഇതൊക്കെ അങ്ങനെ നമ്മൾ ഇവാലുവേറ്റ് ചെയ്ത ഒരാൾ തള്ളിക്കളയും. ഷുവർ യു ഡിസൈഡ് ദാറ്റ് നോ ഐ വാണ്ടഡ് ടു ബി ലൈക്ക് ദിസ്, ഐ തിങ്ക്. എൻ്റെ ഏറ്റവും നല്ല എക്സാമ്പിളായിട്ട് ഞാൻ എന്നെ പ്രൊജക്റ്റ് ചെയ്യാറ്. എൻ്റെ ഏട്ടൻ പറഞ്ഞതാണ് എനിക്ക് മാത്സ് പഠിക്കാൻ പറ്റില്ല. മൈ ബ്രദർ വാസ് എ പ്രൊഫസർ in same college. I said I'll come back to your same college, I'll do my graduation. ഏട്ടനോടുള്ള ചാലഞ്ചാണ് ഞാൻ PhD in mathematics. I said I'm going to take PhD in mathematics. 12ാം ക്ലാസ് പഠിക്കുമ്പോൾ. So I think you can do it.
പക്ഷേ ഈ 8ാം ക്ലാസ്സിൽ പെർഫോമൻസ് കുറവായിരുന്നു, സാർ ഡ്രോപ്പ് ചെയ്തെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു, DrTPS ഡ്രോപ്പ് ചെയ്തെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു. പക്ഷേ ആ ആള് തന്നെ ക്ലാസ്സിൽ ടീച്ചർമാർ ഇറങ്ങിപ്പോയ ശേഷം കാര്യങ്ങൾ പഠിപ്പിക്കാൻ തുടങ്ങിയെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു. അപ്പം എങ്ങനെ അതിലോട്ട് ചെയ്യും?
അത് ഈ ഒരു ചാലഞ്ചാണ്. I challenged my brother. He said you cannot study maths. I said I'm going to show you maths. വാശി എന്നൊക്കെ പറയും. വാശിയൊന്നും പഠിച്ചു.
8ാം ക്ലാസ്സിന് ശേഷം
അല്ല, 8ലും കഴിഞ്ഞില്ല, 10ലും മോശമായിരുന്നു. 10ൽ I was only a second class. 12th also I was a second class. 11th I failed in all subjects. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് ഗ്രാജുവേഷന് സീറ്റ് കിട്ടാതായപ്പോഴാണ് I had a real trouble. ഫസ്റ്റ് ഇയറിൽ നിങ്ങൾ ഗ്രാജുവേഷന് 3 കോളേജിൽ ഞാൻ പഠിച്ചു. And I wanted to come back to my brother's college. ആദ്യം അഡ്മിഷൻ വിട്ട് വേറെ കുറേ ദൂരെ കോളേജിലാണ്, മോശം കോഴ്സാണ്. അവിടെ നിന്ന് ചാടി വേറെ കോളേജിൽ പോയി, അവിടെയും നിൽക്കില്ല തീരുമാനിച്ചു. ഐ വാണ്ട് ടു കം ബാക്ക് ടു ദിസ് കോളേജ്, ഏട്ടൻ പഠിപ്പിക്കുന്ന കോളേജ്. അങ്ങനെ ട്രാൻസ്ഫർ ഞാൻ തന്നെ മേടിച്ചു. അപ്പോഴത്തേക്കും ഫസ്റ്റ് ഇയർ കഴിഞ്ഞു. സോ ഐ ഫെയിൽഡ് ഇൻ ഓൾ സബ്ജക്ട്സ് ഇൻ ഫസ്റ്റ് കേസ്. സെക്കൻഡ് ഇയർ I started. Then I got 5th rank in the whole university. അന്നൊക്കെ യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ തൃശ്ശൂർ മുതൽ കാസർഗോഡ് ഒരു ഒറ്റ യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റിയാണ്, നോട്ട് എ സ്മോൾ യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി ലൈക്ക് today.
DrTPS, you worked as a scientist in space development for 2 decades. What were some of your most memorable achievements or projects during that period?
I think I already told, right?
Yes,
My
right.
first job was image processing.
Yes.
Image processing, image blur, image we will recreate back. See, today you know that AI camera for the car runs very fast, 80 kilometers. Something clicks and then takes picture. Reconstructing the blurred image is a big job. The earth is moving very fast. Satellite is moving much faster than that. 800 kilometers. You can imagine how the image will be. That is what is coming as Google Map today. Don't think it's a small job. It's a very big job, right? So I know this technique of reconstructing and all that. So we do a lot of different projects which have same application. One of them was Rajiv Gandhi's assassination. Bomb blast. The lady's picture was not correct. We reconstructed it, gave the picture, this is the lady who blasted. That was my first project. Kargil War.
സർക്കാർ ഗവൺമെന്റ് എന്താ ചെയ്തിരുന്നത്?
We have to give the maps. The people come there. See, that image is, if you take a picture, everything looks white. Snow. The roads will be very narrow. We have to apply different filter to make that road coming up. Different techniques are there, image processing. So we have to write software, we cannot buy from somewhere. Each image, each filter has to be used. And my job was writing such things, corrections, exact point. So from there we know keep the vintage point, go to the hill so you can see him, fire it. Otherwise you will have to hunt for a place where this fellow will be coming where to fight, right? So we monitor the construction happening in China and then say they are constructing, so look at something is happening. Otherwise no other way, satellite only can do this. So many.
അപ്പോൾ ഈ മിലിറ്ററി ഓഫീഷ്യൽസിനെ പഠിപ്പിക്കുന്ന കാര്യമാണ് നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞത്.
So we have to teach them, otherwise they don't use this. See, not that everything we produce, no. We show something like this, for this you can use it, so you use this. Then we give the software. So they use it, but they were not using. So what I did is I started a training center, which is called a production center. Actually software development is our job. You're not supposed to do all this map making. But I made a building by myself. We have to write to government for everything. But that needs a lot of vigor. What is originally happening is not what I want. I want something new to happen, right? So I keep writing. I go behind it and get a signature from chairman, go to military, send your people, we want to train them. So it's going back. I remember Sharad Pawar was the defense minister that time. I said, using satellite we can see them. Not required. So fund will not go. Then what I did is, he is from Pune, Thane region, Maharashtra. I created all the maps where his children are studying and then where his house was there, his farmhouse is there, where he used to go as a child. All that is mapped and said, this is your house, this is your daughter's house, this. All these details you can see. That's what I told you last time. We can see all Pakistan like this. Then he said, okay, money granted, go, 2 crores granted. Like that he will. Understood? So we don't leave just like that. Oh, he said no. So I keep quiet. No, I will do something different to convince him better, right? Understood? These are the tricks. So you have to use all these tricks to get it to happen. I was very good at that. That's what I did.
Okay, sir. Dr. DPS, you have retired from your career as a space scientist, but you still follow the developments and achievements of India's space program with keen interest.
Yeah.
How do you respond to the critics who argue that India should focus more on its terrestrial problems rather than investing in space exploration? What are the main challenges and opportunities for India's space sector in the coming years?
Unfortunately, I don't have a record as I'm doing today when Chandrayaan-1 was sent. I was sitting in All India Radio, answer the whole India. Many people keep calling and asking, हम इधर भूखा मर रहा है, आप क्यों पैसा बर्बाद कर रहा है? Okay, हमको खाना भी नहीं मिल रहा है, रेशन नहीं है, शुगर नहीं है, और आप क्या कर रहे हैं? 2000 crore सैटेलाइट भेज रहे हैं. If you have to construct a house, will you eat everyday biryani and then save money, or eat everyday lavishly and don't construct a house? 2 options, right? Correct? If I want a big church to be built, same question can be asked. Is it all the people living under this area, all are having lavish food every day? Why are you constructing a church? Somebody would have asked, no, why king has constructed Padmanabha Swami temple when a lot of people were starving and dying? Somebody would have asked, why Taj Mahal is constructed with a lot of expenditure? Now, are we not taking pride? Taj Mahal is in India, Padmanabha Swami temple is in India, this church is in my village. Don't you tell this?
Yes.
So, anybody who wanted to do something great, they will have to mundu murka ennulladu sambhavam. Murukki udutittu pattini kidannaayalum enikku endavanu thonunne. It's a part of, as a nation, you see, if Prime Minister Modi is going to America, and if President is respecting him, that is because we are very strong in science and technology. Understood? If we are not as powerful nation with a lot of army, air force, navy, we are not that powerful as we have done a Pokhran bomb blast. If we don't have satellites, When people go American now, president will not respect him. As a nation, see, you have a big house and you have great fame. I am sure everybody will stand up when Mammootty comes, right? Correct? Or? Is it that because he has got great knowledge and it matters? As a country, we have to show our head high. That's what Vikram Sarabhai told. The original man who made space said, I have to hold my shoulder up among all the nations. It is not to compete with them, number one. Number two, every young child was looking at Chandrayaan 3 and then little interest in physics would have come in somebody. I had a beautiful interaction after Chandrayaan in a small school in Assam. You must see that video, webinar. You know the thrill in which the 3rd grade, 5th grade children were asking questions. I pity Kerala people. Yesterday I was there in engineering college. Not a single question of that standard which a 5th grade student would have asked. Understood? And they are so poor. They did not ask this question. That's what I want to tell you. They are so poor. They don't have data connection. So one teacher had a data connection. He connected and put a projector. And the teacher was calling and telling me that costed 2,000 rupees rent for me to buy that projector for your class. 2,000 rupees for a school, a teacher was something great and costly. But still they are doing it. Understood? They did not ask this question. So there are so many ignorant people. But I think you should not care now. They are maybe true old traditional Marxist thoughts. Correct? They all say fascist people, no? Understood? But their children will go abroad and then study them. Correct? I think Kerala should throw these stupid thoughts. Then we will not ask such questions. India, there are a lot of people asked me in those days. But I don't think now if I would have done Chandrayaan 3, I was not part of it. Chandrayaan 1, I was there. Chandrayaan 2, Chandrayaan 3, in whole India nobody would have asked this. Except from probably some. Yeah?
BBC News ask the same question.
Yeah, that BBC will project. That, BBC will project. Not from India, you don't see. Every TV show celebrated, right?
Yeah.
Correct? Why should you see every half an hour? You ask for a 3 minutes advertisement slot in Asianet Radio. They will charge you 5 lakhs. One time. Continuously they are putting 24 hours this Chandrayaan. How much money they would have spent for the TV time for this? But every TV channel fellow. So more than the satellite cost, TV fellows have invested on Chandrayaan. Correct? Understood? So don't look at commercial. It's not commercial now. It is our power to show. And such power is there, which is creating you the INSAT, remote sensing satellites. Everything is same development, same PSLV only. So what we have used for sending some satellite rocket, we have sent this. That's it. There is no extra expenditure. Every nut and bolt is created. So many number. Creating a no rocket, new satellite is not at all a job.
On to the next question. I was seeing you talking a lot about spirituality in your talks. So how important is spirituality in students? Does it have a direct connection with mental and physical health in students?
See, today if you look at it, many people commit suicide. If you want something, you don't get it, committed suicide. The other day, it's so pathetic, you know. I met somebody whose classmate, a very, very celebrated architect. His daughter was an architect student, third year or fourth year. Okay, so he gave an assignment. There is some error in this, you find out. She couldn't find out. She said, no, still you have to work and then do this. She came inside the house, knocked to the door. The mother and father said, doesn't matter, let her sleep for some more time, get up and then come. After 2 hours, then they broke open, then she committed suicide. An assignment which father gave. Morning while discussing, they were deciding what will be the dinner. They decided together, we will ask mother to prepare this dinner. And mother prepared the dinner, then opened phone. See, emotional imbalance will be there. Everybody will have some I had a great guru called Nitya Chaitanya. Okay, some youngster came and told that, no, I lost my girlfriend. So pathetic, yeah. You lost your girlfriend and you never get another one in your life. That's more pathetic. So if you lost your girlfriend, you must be confident. I will get another hundreds, right? Correct or not? I have a great philosophy in life, which says, once you miss a bus, you get a lot of buses. Once you get into a bus, you miss a lot of buses, which is good. Once you fall in love with one girl, finished. You are an island. Nobody will talk to you. Correct or not? Yes? You are isolated from all the group. You cannot even talk to another girl. Finished. She will kill you. The freedom to talk to another girl is lost. Correct or not? Yes. Yeah, he knows. It's a big chakkar. It's a big tragedy. See, I have got 100 children in a college. I cannot talk to anybody else. Only one girl whom I love. Is it not a tragedy in your life? You lost chance. So people go for mean things, thinking that, what is spirituality? You want milk. Today I went, coffee. I don't generally like to have coffee. I like tea. Coffee is only there. It doesn't matter. Give me coffee. Understood? That is spirituality. I know how to reject things which I don't want. I can accept what is okay. If it is not there, fine. If it is there, fine. That ability is called spirituality. If you talk to me, I am your good friend. If you don't talk to me, tata bye bye. I don't care. That is spirituality. Because I am connected to not these small creatures on this ground. I am connected to the higher spiritual energy. Got it? If you talk to me, I will talk. If you don't talk to me, I can be silent for long hours. Nothing happens to me. Because talk to me. I get connected to many things. I know how to invest my time. Spirituality is not religion. Don't get confused. Okay. So I go to church. I was a priest in one of the church in America. I taught Bhagavad Gita in a church. And the choir group I taught you can see, choir group DrTPS USA Indiana. Gajananam Bhuta Ganadis. I taught that. Yesterday I went to a college. You will see beautifully Sanskrit. Look at my number. That is my status. He was chanting beautiful. I told him this is what you should chant. When you're lighting lamp, chant this. He said, I know this, but in this dress, I chant. I record it. So it's beyond religion, right? You can see I'm on a Sunday, in one of the book which is kept in the church, Unitarian church, it's called Unitarian church, not a normal church. Unitarian church, you will see one part is Bible. You will see Mahatma Gandhi's quotation. You will see Tagore's quotation. Will you have this in your prayer book? No. Eh? You have only one Christ, what he said. Christ is not the only one in this world, right? There are so many other people who loved humanity. Learn everything. Accept everything is what is spiritual. So I go to mosque, I go to church, I talk to people. I have no difference of any of the religious people. I love all of them equally well. I don't go to temples at all. You can carefully listen to some of my lectures. I would have told many places. I love church than temple because church is more neat and beautiful than temples. Temples are more dirty sometimes. Because they add milk there, right? They don't clean. Milk in half an hour gets spoiled. So it's all full of bacteria, I keep saying. Understood? You will need a lot of courage to criticize like that, right? Your own temples. And I go to temple to give talks. I never go to temples to pray. Because I know temples there are no gods. I don't go to church for praying. There are people coming, listen to some lectures, I will go there. I will also go and listen to lectures. So it's a social gathering place, more than that. So religion is entirely different. Okay, matam. What is the translation for religion? Matam. Matam means ishtam. Abhimatam, my ishtam. What I like is yours. You like it because it's not your fault. Somebody has converted you. Your grandfather has converted you. It's not only 2000 years. How many generations? Into 20 by 100, 500 generations. Before that there was only one religion. That was what? Christ was not a Christianity, right? Christ was not a Christian. Who was he? Jewish. Understood? Now Jewish and Christians fight. What a stupid thing, yeah? Your grandfather's child is fighting with you. Understood? So religion is to fight. Spirituality is to unite. Actually, religion means uniting people. But that has become splitting people today. So I have no faith in religions. I believe in Dharma Shastra, Sanatana Dharma, Bharatiya Shastra, Indian tradition, because this is my tradition, Indian tradition. And that Indian tradition strong in spirituality. And it doesn't believe in people, it believes only in the nature. Okay. Rama and Krishna is not a god, it's only Sankalpa, your imagination. So actually it's a myth. The speaker was right. I am going to post it. You understood? It's only a myth which is called Sankalpa. Bharatiya Deva Sankalpa. Got it? Rupam Rupa Vivarjidasya Bhavadodhyayena Yat Kalpitam Stutya Nirvajaniyada Kila Guru Oduri Gridayamaya Vyaptitvam Chamaya Grida Stutya Nirvajaniyada Kila Guru. God has no shape. And we are giving shape to God. Got it? God has no single place where He is kept in some temples. No, it's not there. It is undescribable, but we describe her beauty. Goddess is like this, God is like this. And from that description only pictures have been drawn. And most of the goddesses which we have printed like Saraswati, Bhagavati, Devi, Durga, all these are prostitutes. Once upon a time, girlfriends of Raja Varma. He created these gods' pictures. His printing press was in Bombay. He has won a best prize for best artist, and Baroda king has gifted him a printing press. He couldn't get it into Tirunelveli, so he got it in Bombay. Bombay is a place of prostitutes. So he loved many girls around. He was a rich king, right? So all those faces he has drawn and then written bottom, Saraswati. So all those people who are praying. You want actually the picture of gods? Go and see Peter Brook's Mahabharata. There is a Mahabharata created by a Britisher. No. That cinema which is acted in that Arjuna's girlfriend was my student in Bhagavad Gita. They are all abroad. Nobody from India except one lady. So if you look at them, Parashurama was like a Negro, a tall fellow, lean fellow. We cannot even accept him as a Parashurama because somebody has already put a picture. Who knows this is correct or that is correct? Understood? Who knows he is not a Negro? He was a white fellow. Who knows he was a white fellow? Understood? So religion has nothing to do with spiritual. The essence and the concept of religion, when you go core inside, is spiritual. Very less people understand. But if you understand that, everything becomes so simple and life becomes never, never, never a sad event in your life will come. I have no sad events in my life. I enjoy every bit. Wonderful, beautiful questions.
എനിക്കൊരു ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ചോദിക്കാൻ തോന്നിയത് റെലവൻ്റ് ആണോന്ന്
No, what is it?
ഇപ്പം ഡോക്ടർ DPSന്റെ പേര് ഏതെങ്കിലും റിലീജിയൻ വൈസ് പേരായിരുന്നെങ്കിൽ ചേഞ്ച് ചെയ്യുമായിരുന്നു?
Shashi Kumar is a Hindu name. I don't change. Because I believe in my father, I believe in my mother. I am a Hindu, but not a Hindu of today's practice. You understood what I am saying? All the scriptures I learned the Tantra Shastram. I know how to do puja. I did puja in America. I don't have a cross belt. In Kerala I cannot do because I am not a Brahmin, I am a Kshatriya. Okay, but if you cross Kerala, if in Andhra Pradesh, if this is my house, I call some Brahmin for a puja, it's not Brahmin who does puja. The owner of the house does puja under the supervision of the Brahmin. These are all rituals are different in different places. I believe in that. I don't believe in what is happening here. Got it? When I went to America, I remember somebody came and said, I teach Bhagavad Gita, I am in a temple, constructing temple, all that is my task. When I am doing that, somebody came, Maharashtra fellow came and said, tomorrow, next Sunday there is a puja in my house, you have to conduct that. I said, I never do puja like that, I am not my job. Correct? But they were so adamant now, they have so much of trust in me, they thought that I should only do it. I said, I am not entitled to do that. But then I had somebody who knows, he is entitled to do with a crossband. So I told him, he will do, but I will direct him how to do that. So I have done that also. You will see that. Satyanarayana Vratam, Dr. TPS. You type in, you will see I am sitting there, another fellow is doing, but I am only controlling the whole event. Okay.
Next question. Recently, I came across a social media post highlighting how various aspects of our daily lives have evolved significantly over the past century, becoming more user-friendly. However, it seems that classrooms have remained relatively unchanged. As someone who mentors countless students, what are your thoughts on the need for technological advancements in classroom versus the suitability of traditional settings?
See, I'll tell you, assume that I've finished writing a book on early childhood care education, for which next week I am going, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, I will be in Delhi. I am gathering few early childhood care teachers, nursery teachers, LKG, UKG, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, that's what is called early. I am teaching them my philosophy of teaching. New education policy says informal education. Do you think KG teachers will stop annual examination? Then what is the purpose of a philosophy? New education policy came, government is implementing. Nobody is going to change unless somebody makes a difference, right? Now we are in a augmented reality world. Why should I show a lion's picture? Instead of that, I can get lion here with me. Understood?
That's a real life.
All of you can do. It's an augmented reality.
Okay.
You can do it. Go to your 3D. You can go to 3D, lion, augmented reality. You get, with your camera, you can see. I just typed 3D, right? Show 3D animal. And then I can play it here. I can make the sound. Cat will come, rat will come. Anything I can show. Don't you think this is to be used by teachers? If I am not using it, what is my change? Children knows this tomorrow. So I must use all the technology to improve my teaching learning ability. You can see even conductors are using electronic machine for typing and giving you the ticket. Go to book a train ticket, they will use electronics. Teachers are still using blackboard and chalkpiece. Correct or not? Is it not shame? Who has to change first? Teachers. 17 years back I wrote a book on how to use webinar for taking classes. 17 years back. If COVID has not come, people would not have learned how to use webinar.
Exactly.
I keep saying Dr. TPS could not make a difference, but Professor COVID made a lot of difference. So I am so happy COVID has spread. At least few people dies, no problem. Teachers at least learned little bit of digital methodology. Understood what I am saying?
You're forced into.
Eh?
You're forced into.
Yeah. It would have been, see, 17 years back, I was forcing this. I wrote a book, Pedagogies, and go to my website, you will see a book called Pedagogies and Practices for E-Web Net Learning. You can download the book. In that book I have written. 17 years back, 2006, 7, 8, that's the time I wrote that book. I implemented that in many of my courses. I came to Mar Athanasius Advanced Studies in Tiruvalla. There are also 60 teachers called from all these places to give them training how to make your class into a digital classroom. But no teachers were. So I am doing it in the KG. I cannot change it in the engineering classroom. They will do PowerPoint which copied from different places. Understood? But KG there is no possibility of that. So I create a school where they will learn art, they will learn craft, they will learn writing and reading. Without learning writing and reading, they will do that. So many activities can be created only if teachers are creative. So I am making teachers creative, young teachers. There is a beautiful cinema called An Engineer Turns into a Teacher. You must see that. All of you will become bright and better teachers in KG classroom. And you can earn more than what you are earning if you go to America or Canada. start a creative class. Digital. I don't say them as tiny tots. I have written in my book. A chapter is called not tiny tots, tech tots. Tech tots. Not tiny tots, not young children. Technology tots. Understand? So they are all tech tots, right? Give them a mobile, they will do wonders. Correct? I am a busy person before computers. We are all AD after digital. Okay? I am from BC, but I could do this. And you don't do it, it looks very bad, right? Correct or not? You want to see? I play with augmented reality. You will wonder. This is my picture which I used maximum. If I would have stayed in America in next 100 years, you want to see how I will be? That is what is augmented reality, which you can model. I will be like this. Learn it. And then assume that 100 years I live in India. I will be like this. Because it takes the geographical condition, today's world, how people are. Then they average it and make it. You can see each spare part is same. But don't you think this is what a child do? I also want to learn computer. No, they will do experiments. They will do much better than me. You will all do now. You will start doing. If you are thrilled, you will do this.
പക്ഷേ ഇപ്പം നമ്മുടെ ഉള്ളിൽ കൊച്ചുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അത് കരയാതിരിക്കണം നമ്മൾ ഫോൺ കൊടുക്കത്തില്ല പിന്നെ പറയത്തില്ലേ ഫോൺ കൊടുക്കണ്ട കൊച്ചിനെ എപ്പോഴേ ഫോൺ പഠിപ്പിക്കേണ്ട.
See, there are negatives. This has got high radiation. Okay. This has got less radiation, this has got more radiation because this is a standard iPhone. That's a local one. Redmi is a local one, right? So each one has got defects. TV also has got. Cartoon also has got. Because cartoons show different lights, so our eyes will not get adjusted. But that doesn't matter. You are learning something great. No? You should also keep a distance. Give it only 1 hour. Any radiation you see constantly stay there for a longer time will have an effect. Much worse is a microwave oven in your house. I have studied radio. Yes? Yeah. No phone would have written there. Pregnant woman should not use. But look at any microwave oven, it is written there. No pregnant lady should go. It can result into very massive problems for the child if you go there because radiation is 6 feet. I presented a paper when I was in space department. One of the technical conferences, the radiation effect of different gadgets. So I have studied this. He said, it's not much. You should know. For some time you should use it. That's why I said not this alone. No. I also said craft. You can see how I make small lion or maybe elephant out of a small towel. I do a lot of craft. Drawing, all that has to be there, right? Everything has to be taught, not just this around. This has to be there like when you have got a great feast, biryani is there, but pickle is also there, right? So it's like a pickle. It gives a different taste. Correct? Little of this will make me to eat lot of rice. That's what pickle does. Okay? So this should be like a pickle.
Sir, from the recent reports, Dr. TPS, from the recent reports, number of graduates passing out from the US is close to 3 million last year, and that in India is more than 10 million. But the number of startups in US is 7.5 lakhs compared to India's 1 lakh. Apart from the political point of view, what could be the reason why Indian graduates are not willing to own a startup in India? How can you motivate them?
See, not even in India, anywhere. If you look at the number of malls, it has increased. Do you think that reduced the number of small shops? So it all depends on what you want to serve. Big companies make a lot of profit. You cannot start a startup for making a car. If you look at the demand, there are a lot of manufacturing big centers where they do a lot of things. But there are small things which is happening at different levels. If you go to Gujarat, there are a lot of small companies spread across different states, districts there. Because they encourage, government has become so liberal. You know why Gujarat, right? But Kerala to get a permission,
lots of paperwork.
Lot of paperwork is one different. You cannot even have 3 cows in your house. The next fellow will file a case. Understood? So it's very hard. The social fabric of Kerala is one of the worst because people are so powerful, politics is so much influential. That is why Kerala is not improving. But other part of India is improving a lot. I wrote a beautiful article when Modi was the chief minister. I never imagined he would become prime minister. The power of Gujarat. The power is electricity. How do you know Kerala is developing? If Kerala has improved in power consumption in the last 5 years, that means Kerala has improved. Industry comes without electricity, power, you cannot do anything, right? You look at the power consumption, gone down. Second, power is cut. People say that no, we don't have power to supply. But other states, they buy so much because they can make profit out of it. So unless you use the inputs for making profit, your return on investment is too bad, nobody does business. So the policy has to be changed. You know, China, very strict in population. So if I am an owner of a company, I can produce 3-4 children, nobody will ask me. But you are all employee in my company, you have got 2 children, I will have to throw you out. So if I throw you out, I am making a bottle company. I will give him a contract of making bottle cap and then tell him you start a company. You are also an owner, right? Understood? You are a company employee, I cannot employ you. But if you are a owner, so whoever produces more than 2 children has to have a company. Understood? Government is able to strictly follow these rules. India, is it possible? Next day, Igulab Sindabad will come, right? That's a problem. We have more opposition stronger than the ruling party all the time. People love opposition than the ruling party. And we have more NGOs. They think that they are more powerful than government. And correct or not? NGOs are useless fellows actually. They are not contributing in the development. They are only opposing. You tell me which NGO has contributed something for the development of the country. I don't think. They only oppose. Environment NGO means, do you think that they have done some lot of plantations? No. Government starts something to oppose only. Show them some land and ask them to cultivate something. They will never come to that place. They will not work. These are problems. You think that I have become too critical. It's not critical. It's only you are the young people who should understand this. Understood? When I was in a college as an executive director, I have planted 3,000 hibiscus plants in a day. Ask every, you all have got hibiscus, small, 1 feet, you can get in your bag and come. Correct or not? If the executive director says everybody tomorrow has to bend at least 2, if somebody has got 10 or no, planted everything one day. You have to go back to the campus now, full greenery. I have done that in Hyderabad also. We have got 500 acres of campus. The whole load that was not made by children did not bring because that's a city. Everybody is in an apartment. They cannot bring, right? Village I can do it. So we have got from forest department bundle of plantations and then we planted there. We celebrated. Facebook I will show you and send you those pictures. Beautiful. I have done a lot of work like this.
Just a question.
Chemberti, hibiscus, you don't require maintenance. It will grow anywhere once you plant. Number 2, it doesn't require water. Number 3, it is highly powerful. All the negative energy of this telephone, all the mast, everything will get diluted. Earlier, all the houses, compound walls were hibiscus. Kerala has got more than 250 varieties of hibiscus. I have done a research on flower therapy.
But the oil is also the hibiscus oil.
Yeah. See, in my childhood, not even that. When I had got hibiscus, when guest comes, I just squeeze and then give them shampoo. And hibiscus flower can be used for making tea. Beautiful tea. A lot of good things. In my house in Kerala, Kannur, got 26 variety of business. I don't allow somebody to cut it. I said, just let them grow. And then I said, put rope so that it will grow up and then come down like this. Allow them. No maintenance. Otherwise, rose and all will require a lot of maintenance. Correct? Right time you have to cut. Otherwise, flower will not come. You just grow. Good question. Right. But he was asking me to skip that question.
No, I was talking about the exam question you have already addressed
Okay, I
that.
answered that.
Okay. Also, TPS, you have initiated many programs and workshops to inspire and educate the youth, such as Shiksha Holder Program, Destination IAS, Mission CSIT, Jananam.
You all done a lot of homework.
What are the objectives and outcomes of these initiatives? How do you measure their impact and success?
See, one of the great academicians from Kottayam one day had said, my son is an MA, but you don't talk to people. No guest comes, he will be going inside. I said, send him to 10 days. You must have seen the last day, he was singing and dancing and what a change. So many people came there and then changed their life. I do a lot of small tricks. There was somebody who was good drummist, but later he said, I am not going to touch this. My house when it comes, I have got a lot of musicians, music directors in my village. My cousin was a great speaker, he is no more. We had a good gathering, everybody was singing. And I said, no drummist here, we have a drum, who was going to play? He came and then smashed it. It's an environment, ambience, which makes you paranoid, right? I don't tell anybody else he has got this problem. There are people who came with a drug addiction, there are people who came with a lot of problems. Everybody got solved. And many of them are in contact. Just this girl came because she stayed with me for many years in my house. They're all 7th class, 8th class, they used to sleep on me. Now also when she came, Tim, I'm arguing on me. But they're all young children for me now. I got children who call me as grandfather only, most of them. Where? A lot of people, plenty of them. I've touched many lives. Good enough. Hyderabad, plenty of them. Northeast, Vivekananda Kendra Vidyalaya. So many of them. Mary Kom, you have seen? They are all very powerful. I have got children like that. Once they get the thrill. Yeah, no issue. Come in. You are going to occupy?
No.
Oh.
This one. Left.
We just want to change and
Yeah, that's not a problem. They would have used my room. Yeah. So, many of them. Many of them. And they come with family. You will see this time. I was there in Kannur for a few days. Okay. They come and see me at night, 11 o'clock. You see, they don't even take permission. They just come. The whole family comes. This is my house. Outside, no? See, the whole family comes. That's because the daughter was with me some time back. She is not there, got married and got to Muscat. So they come, this is my house. Right. So they don't just come, they come with a lot of eatables and they enjoy the being with me. You can see the smile in which they come. No? Even children, they were with me. So many people got into civil service. I remember once I went to one of the college, I was giving in a Intel Engineering College in Anandapur. I was inspiring them to become civil servants, IAS. One fellow came and said, I want to hug you once. He was in the middle of the class. So I went to there and hugged him and said, next hug will be when I become an IPS. He came back to me after 8 years. I said, no, I'm an IPS. Just because of him. He was driving auto. Normal fellow, nothing great. Good enough. Last time when I went to Bangalore, I stayed in a BrahMos project guest house. That's because one boy after electrical engineering his father was a watchman in a biscuit company. So he went and went to his course and then took one job and he was given a job of electrical engineering. Some mission will be there. No, maintenance, 6,000 rupees. I said, leave the job and come. I'll pay you 6,000 per month. Prepare for the gate. He wrote gate, become M.Tech, he got a job in BM. So he was hosting me all the time. Once you should come and stay in my guest house. And this time he wanted to show that he has got all that today, right? And we had a discussion. He said it's all because of him. So many. Good enough, one life. I am ready to go. So many.
MA-ക്ക് പഠിക്കുന്ന പയ്യന്റെ കാര്യം പറഞ്ഞില്ലേ, അത് ഡോക്ടർ TPS എന്ത് കാര്യം അവരോട് പറഞ്ഞില്ലേ, അവരെ അതിൽ നിന്ന് മാറ്റിക്കുന്നതോ?
See, he had a very big hair tie, looked so ugly. He was not a social. But what we do is, I don't tell them, it's peer groups. Suppose that all of you write, I will 1, 2, 3, 4 people write a line, 1, 2, 3, 4. How much mark you will give to you for different qualifications? Trimming, punctuality, so many parameters I will put. You have to rate each one of your 3 friends and you yourself also. You have to give some mark out of 10. Okay? 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, you will improve slowly. The 3rd day, he still feels I have not improved. And you will ask, what is that I should do to improve my look? On 5-fold. Physical, emotional, intellectual, social, spiritual. This is what I do in a different style pattern of questions. After 3-4 days, your own friends will influence you and tell, this is what you should do. And next day morning, he said, I am going for a cut. Where is barber available? I never forced him to do that. So it's a peer group's influence. Only thing, he was never exposed to peer groups. Never exposed for an evaluation. How many of you are evaluated? Now let me ask you. The other day I was in school, so I keep asking children, how much mark you will give your father and mother give it to you as a daughter? This one question is enough to improve yourself. Correct or not? Will you get 100 or 100?
6.
Eh?
6.
Okay, now I will ask you, how much mark you will give to your father as a father?
9.5 as a plus.
That's what I'm saying. So 60%, father is 95%. Don't you think that there has to be a small change in me? Understood? That will make a difference. Evaluate. If I have to improve my weight, what do? I will weigh and then see what should I eat to improve my weight, right? If I have to improve character-wise, what should I do? Make others to evaluate me around. Small thing, it's not a big. But we all live like a family. It's not that whole thing which we do. No? We do a lot of art, a lot of games, a lot of trekking. We get wet, every one of them. We play around. And it's a beautiful, you should see it in Nanam camps. It's a different experience. At the end of the day, 10th day, everybody will cry and go, hug and they won't go. There was a 9th class boy was to be admitted from Kottayam, somebody came. The young 3rd grade boy was also there, just accompanied, and they decided to take him back. The boy said, no, I am not going, I am going to be with here only. No dress, nothing, what do you do? I said, no problem, I will buy everything. And I purchased everything for him. And we have a house in which a grandfather is there, a lot of children are there. Some parents will come and stay, some teachers will come and stay, some students will come and stay, all of them. We had one boy who failed in maths, economics, commerce. Okay. He said, no, I cannot study this, I am going to do some humanities, history or civics and then redo my +2. I said, come for a camp, and he said, the end of the day when he goes, I want to be a maths professor in my life. And he passed. He is doing economics with mathematics. Econometrics also he has to learn, right? Nothing is difficult. You have to only bet ourselves and decide, I am going to do it. That decision is more important.
How do you deal with procrastination?
See, we have a 60 years life. Say, 20 years we are sleeping.
Yeah.
8 hours. 40 years only we are living. Up to 10th class, if you take an average, how many hours we are studying? 6 hours per day. 200 working days. 1200 hours. 1200 hours is 50 days. So in a year, we are studying only 50 days. Even a BTech fellow. From grade 1 to BTech, how many years you compute to multiply by 50, it will be less than 3 years or 2 years in your life. The whole now 24 years when you become, you study only 3 years. but you sleep 8 years. Are you a sleeper or a student? You compute all this, you will find lot of time is wasted in my life. Do you want to waste your time? Understood? I will finish answering all the, he knows, every question I will answer immediately. No delay. Because he is the one who interacted maximum for this PMI. Immediate answer will come. Only if lecture is there, no discussion is there, I don't touch. Soon after that, I will finish everything, and today I finish, then only I will sleep. Because I am expecting more busy day tomorrow. Why are you postponing? You think that tomorrow you are more free? Are you getting what I am saying? I must always expect tomorrow I am going to grow bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. No procrastination, nothing. I don't delay anything. I finished today's job. Very simple answer. Yeah.
Last question.
Lastest. Yeah, first.
How do you foster a positive learning environment where students feel comfortable taking risks and making mistakes?
Enjoy learning. Whatever you learn, teach well. Whatever you learn, teach. Finished.
What if he's not interested?
You find somebody else. It's not only one bakra in this world, right? So many other bakras. Understood? This is what I used to do. I prepare question, give it to you. 30 points to students and 20 points to parents and teachers. There is a block. Prepare question, give it to her, ask her if you can answer. You also prepare a question and give it to you, answer if you can. Every day prepare questions, you learn the whole subjects without anybody's help. Very simple. Learning becomes, and for engineering students, 20 points to students and 10 points to teachers. Parents' roles are less, right? Very simple. Life is very simple.
And what are your hopes and dreams about the future generation?
You will are much richer, therefore little lazy. But there are bright children who wanted to make their life much better. Understood? American people never earn money and keep it and save for their children. They enjoy life. They travel a lot. They buy beautiful houses. Invest everything in showing them good, making them. They are in a different car.
Yeah.
Oh. Got it? Enjoy life. I'm sure the younger generation enjoys much more than this generation. We are the worst. This generation is the worst. Because my father has no great dreams, no education. He never used pencil. But I have used pencil to the last bit because we were confused. And this generation will throw pencil after single use. We are rich. We're all rich, much richer than us, right? You're all much richer than the Nizam, because you have got a mobile phone, he didn't have. You have AC room, he didn't have. Correct?
Yeah.
Are you not? He never had a AC car, but you have. So who is richer, Nizam or you? We were poor and slightly become richer, so we are not able to enjoy that because the old habits are still hanging over. But you cannot do that. My children are much brighter than me. My father was much brighter than me. I am the worst. That generation was worst because we had ration. We had a poverty. 1970s and all, no sugar. Imagine 1 kg sugar only. Today if you have money you can buy now. Those days if you have money also you don't get. So we had ration. You never suffered ration in your life. We have suffered ration. We were rich, we had a lot of rice, but not enough to eat because there are a lot of poor people we distributed. Then we used to buy wheat and eat. We were concerned about our neighbors. We were not concerned about neighbors because all of them are really rich. Right. You are all much luckier. I think your next generation will be much luckier. But probably you will, most of the younger generation decided they will not have children.
Yeah, maximum.
And our generation was, my father produced 8, 9, 10. That was one of the reasons for becoming poor. If he had only one child, he would have enjoyed. But those days, they didn't have that concept.
Work-life balance, what do you have to say about that?
Actually, you should enjoy your work.
I mean, like, I have seen, like, if you take an average person who is working every day, so he almost spends like around 9 hours, take an average, 8 to 9 hours, then plus the commute every day, 6 days a week.
See, who asked you to commute? You should stay closer.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
See, the problem is you all wanted to come back to your house and then start, you know.
Yeah.
You should shift. See, the problem is we don't know. In America and all, if I have got a house, I have got a school nearby, joining the kid there is free. If I cross that school and go to the next school, the fee, huge fees. Everybody looks for a house near the school. Travel is less.
I'm just saying, like, these people work for like 8 to 9 hours, then we get tired, we just sleep. So, like, we are not actually living that life. So,
See, that is what I mean. I am not tired because I am enjoying this. I was not tired until evening because I was enjoying learning. When do you become tired? When I don't enjoy. Climbing mountain is very terrible job, right? But if I enjoy climbing mountain, nobody is pushing me, I am climbing myself. Then I enjoy it. Who asked me to go to Everest? I went to Everest. Why did I go? Oh, it's horrible. Is it the purpose for going? I enjoy going there, right? So it's all your job. You should decide what you want. You enjoy every moment. Cooking is most enjoying things for me. Because I love cooking. No? You can see DrTPS cooking.
ആക്ച്വലി ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ തീർന്നു. എനിക്ക് ചോദിക്കാനുള്ള ഡോക്ടർ TPS ആരോടെങ്കിലും എനിക്ക് ചെയ്യാൻ സമയമില്ലായിരുന്നു.
I get a lot of calls, you know, some counseling classes and all will go. The other day I was on a Sunday, morning 9 o'clock somebody came, it went up to 3 o'clock without lunch. ആരുടെങ്കിലും സൂയിസൈഡ് പ്രോബ്ലം എനിക്ക് ഭക്ഷണം കഴിക്കണമെന്ന് അവർ പറഞ്ഞേക്കും. എൻ്റെ ബ്രദറിൻ ലോ വാസ് കമ്മിങ് ആൻഡ് ടെല്ലിങ് നോ ലഞ്ച് ഈസ് റെഡി. ഐ സെഡ് കീപ് ക്വയറ്റ്, there is a serious problem than that. Understood? I spend full time. I skip my lunch. I don't care about it. First priority is people who wanted for something from me. I was only, I thought he was enjoying the discussion. I said another way.
ഡോക്ടർ TPSന്റെ ഒരു ഡേ എങ്ങനെയായിരിക്കും?
No decisions. It all depends. Yeah?
just finish the work what you have today and
Oh, today I have to copy all these and put it onto my YouTube. There are a lot of messages will be there. I have to answer, call many people. Then, every day there will be something around. Every day. There is no single. And I write books. I have to finish writing something, sending to somebody else.
you enjoy this busy schedule.
Like no specific timetable, like
Not
morning.
specific. See, I just saw one message from somebody that next week I am coming to Cochin. Somebody asked to book me a ticket from 2:30 flight and it will reach here at 6 o'clock. I said, why 4 hours? It's only 1.5 hours. They must have seen a hoping flight. If I say, yes, finished, I said, stop. I have to answer something. Don't do it. So now I have to look at which flight they are doing. I have to talk to them, call them. It takes time.
അപ്പോൾ ഈ രാവിലെ എണീക്കുന്നതും വൈകിട്ട് കിടക്കുന്നതും.
No, I generally sleep at 3 o'clock also. Yesterday I was so tired. I slept off, but then I woke up at early morning, quite late night. 12 o'clock I was copying my files. By the time he came I was half slept, but he came, I got up and then said good night. Okay, then I woke up at 12 o'clock, slept at 3 o'clock.
അപ്പം ഉറക്കത്തിന് ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻസ് കൊടുക്കാറില്ല.
എനിക്ക് നല്ലോണം വിശന്നിട്ട് ആൾക്കാർ വളരെ കുറച്ച് ഭക്ഷണം കഴിക്കില്ല. രാത്രി കഴിക്കാറില്ല, ഞാൻ പിന്നെ കുറച്ച് കഴിച്ചു, നല്ലോണം വിശക്കുണ്ടായിരുന്നു, ഞാൻ കുറച്ച് കഴിച്ചു. So your eating pattern decides how deep sleep you get. If you eat more, you sleep more. So night I don't eat. Mostly I don't eat. But really tired ആണെങ്കിൽ കുറച്ച്. ഇപ്പോൾ ഈ ഇവിടെ കേരളത്തിൽ വരുമ്പോൾ എന്താ പ്രശ്നം വെച്ചാൽ പുഴുക്കളില്ല. ഞാൻ പച്ചരി കഴിച്ച് ചോദിച്ചാണ്. ഇന്ന് എനിക്ക് ഇഷ്ടമായി, കാരണം ഇവിടെ ഇതായിരുന്നു ഫ്രൈഡ് റൈസ് ആയിരുന്നു. So I was enjoying it. Yesterday was mortar rice. So I couldn't eat, little only ate. By the time I finished traveling all that, reached here, I was really full. So I was pestering him when he spent dinner. Then he was out, I asked, I'm having my dinner, I said. Couldn't even wait for me. അങ്ങനെയാണ് ഉറക്കം വന്നാൽ അപ്പുറം. പക്ഷേ ഇപ്പം ഹൈദരാബാദിലത്തെ 4 മണി 3 മണിക്കൊക്കെ ഉറങ്ങും. കാരണം അമേരിക്കയിലെ പിള്ളേർ, ഐ എം മെന്ററിങ് സം സ്റ്റുഡൻസ് ഇൻ UK, 200 of them. I'm going to meet them next month. So that discussions are so many discussions, right? What is to be planned, what to do, so many people. ഇതൊക്കെ കഴിയുമ്പോഴത്തേക്കും അവരുടെ ഡേ ടൈം, അവരുടെ ഈവനിങ്ങിലൊക്കെയല്ല അവർ സംസാരിക്കാം. So it takes 3 o'clock also. And so far, I have a lot of problems, physical problems. I use all black belt and then start in the class. I just removed, as you came, I went inside to remove the back belt. And എപ്പോഴെങ്കിലും വിട്ടുപോയാലോ ഇവിടെ വന്നിട്ട് ബാക്ക് ബെൽറ്റ് ബാക്ക് പെയിൻ ആയിട്ട് ഞാൻ കിടക്കേണ്ടി വന്ന ഇവരിൽ ശപിക്കുമല്ലോ. മെയിൻറ്റെയിൻ ചെയ്ത അതർവൈസ് ആണ് പ്രോബ്ലം.
ഡോക്ടർ TPS ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഈ സെഷൻ
Enjoy.
അത്രയും പേര് അവിടെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നതും ലൈക്ക് ഇന്ററാക്ഷൻ ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ഈ അവസരം കിട്ടിയത്.
കുറേ കുട്ടികൾ ഇന്ററാക്ട് ചെയ്തു. നല്ല ചൂടാതെ പുറത്തു വന്ന സമയത്ത് കൊച്ചിന് കുറെ പിള്ളേർ അവരോടൊക്കെ ഞാൻ ഓരോ കാര്യം പറഞ്ഞു അങ്ങോട്ട് പറഞ്ഞു ഓരോ ആദ്യം പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾ ഞാൻ പറയാറ്. Kottayam I came many times. CMS college many times. Stayed there. Principal വീടാണ് ഗസ്റ്റ് ഹൗസ് അവിടെ. So I used to come there and stay orientation programs. നാട്ടകം ഇന്ന് വന്നൊരു ജോൺ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ആ ജോണൊക്കെ എത്രയോ പ്രോഗ്രാംസ് ഇവിടെ ഇൻഷുറൻസ് കമ്പനി LIC പ്രോഗ്രാംസ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. പക്ഷെ നിങ്ങളുടെ പോലെ ആദ്യമായിട്ടാണ്.
Take a minute.
Yeah.